Hi friends, I speak to you from my home in Hyderabad. Just wanted to share something with you today. For the past 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, Hillsong famous Darlin gospel singer was here in our town Hyderabad, and we went for the music concert on the Saturday and Sunday, and the preparations that my children did for that, they had prepared a week ahead, checking out on the net about the venue, and we along with my husband, we planned everything, postponed all the other engagements, and we were getting ready to take the children for this music concert. Though we have heard her songs, and yes, we too, like all her songs, shout to the Lord and everything. But my children were hugely crazy about this music concert, and we are staying far away from the city, so we had to travel nearly 1.5 hours on Saturday. That was a day of fasting. Actually, after fasting and prayer, we went for this music concert. We had to navigate and to find out the route. With a lot of struggle, we reached the venue. And the program was going on. There were some other singers who were performing at the time when we entered the ground. After about an hour, Darlin, walked on the stage, and I was stunned when I saw the response of the crowd, the screaming, the noise, the shout, and the huge, the flashlights, and it was amazing in an Indian crowd where they don't know much about the Australian gospel singers, but the response that they were giving. Overall, I saw my children, just dashing towards the stage, and I didn't see them after that. For about 2 hours, they just vanished. They were just dancing and singing along with Darlin. As I was just sitting and listening to her and watching all this, the applause and the grace on her, I was just wondering, there are many gospel singers around the world, and there are many good gospel singers, but her style and Hillsong, everything she's got that real, it has become a brand. And I was just wondering, Lord, how is that this wonderful woman is she's grabbed the hearts of the Indians. They were just, screaming, Darlin, Darlin, Darlin. And at that point, towards the end of her worship, she shared her testimony. And there I saw the key for all that, the grace that she was enjoying in her life. She said she accepted Jesus Christ at the age of 15, and after that there was no turning back. And friend, you know what? When you surrender your life to God, everything comes along. It was effortless. She didn't have to demand that all that respect. She didn't have to demand all those shouts and noise and everything. It just was given to her. I just reminded about the scripture. Goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Listen to me again, okay? Goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. There are many people who are just hopping in and hopping out. They are living, like with the devil from Monday to Saturday, and doing all the unwanted things, and then they hop into the church on Sunday and hop out, and then they expect all the blessings to follow them. But it doesn't work out that way, you see. You got to be, 100% with the Lord. She says, they were asking her, like I later saw an interview where they asked her, how did she get this gift of writing songs and all that, and this is the answer that she gave. It was since her parents were singers. She was a person, not that she was singing only on Sunday, but 24/7 she was singing. It was a part of her, and whenever she wants to write a song, she grabs the Bible. She holds the Bible close to her. Her passion for God is seen in her songs. Friend, I was just thinking, this goodness and mercy is there for each one of us in our life. My son, through the birth of my son, I got saved. Many of you would have heard my testimony, you would have read my testimony, but let me share something personal here today with you. It was an awesome, God gave me that name Joshua, and I named him Joshua, and this little boy grew, and he was good in studies, everything, but he was an extremely silent person, extremely silent person. At the introduction, you will hear my daughter and son sing. Just during this message, you can hear the songs they're singing. My daughter was an extremely bubbly child. She was a singer and dancer and everything, but this little boy was an extremely silent boy. He grew also silent, and the feedback from the school, everything was he studied everything, but he was a silent boy. And most important was, he never opened his mouth even for singing. That was something which we were just praying about it. My family members, friends, everybody knew that Joshua doesn't open his mouth to sing. He would play the keyboard, he will do everything, he would help us out in church, but then he will never open his mouth. He would just clamp his mouth like that. But I don't know, somewhere God started doing something. God started stirring his heart, and he started, we didn't know this was happening, in his personal time. He was watching worship songs, and he was totally into it, and we didn't know that this was there. But then, just recently, we heard him singing, and I would just, with tears in my eyes, I am speaking to, sometimes there may be a mom listening to this message, and you're worried about your child. I want to tell you, it took 15 years. Imagine, when we are all as a family sitting and clapping hands and singing, he would just remain silent. He would not open his mouth. And people would want to ask me, hey Bala, you're talking so much on the stage and your son doesn't sing. Maybe they don't ask me directly, but it was there in the air that this was happening. But God opened his mouth, and now he's singing. You can hear him sing now. What I want to tell you is, you surrender your life to God, God will take care of your children. Goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. God bless you.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me